Crochet tribe. So what have I got for you guys today? It's more mitten mania. I have been going absolutely crazy crocheting mittens like a mad person. Not saying that I am, not saying that I'm not. But yeah, I've been going crazy with mittens. It's something about the autumn that really just gives me this vibe that I want to cozy up at home and make mittens and woolly warm gifts for my people for Christmas. So today I have a new pattern for you guys, and I present to you my my new mitten pattern, which is called Scrappy. Aren't they nice? And I am Scrappy, and they are Scrappy. We're Scrappy. And so the name, actually, I really like these. And as you see, this time I went all the way up and all the way with the thumb as well. You see how that is just beautiful. How that, you know, we do like a good finish, don't we? So this here is Scrappy, and I'm going to show you how to make it from start to finish. It's so easy because it's just one round of repeat. And well, it's a bit fiddly with the thumb, but the pattern comes with some simpler version, which is just one color up here and one color for a thumb, if you want to try that first. But this isn't very complicated at all, and I show you from start to finish. And then I made these one here as well, and that's sort of where the name came from, because this is just like a basic Apache tier stitch in these. So I really wanted to make a woo. Aren't they nice? Ooh. These are mine, and I will never be giving them away. And can you believe that I did the same sequence? I worked them in tandem, you know? So they have the same sequence of color. I think they're beautiful. I love them. So I also show you at the end of the video how to change colors each round, so you can do your own pair of scrappies. These are perfect for stash. Obviously, you just need a ridiculously little amount for each round, but I did actually use my beautiful stash of Jameson wool. But these are really good for scraps, obviously, and I really like them in two colors as well. So I'm going to show you these from top to finish today. And before I let you go, I'm just going to show you what I've been up to. So last we spoke, I had this tutorial here that is up because it's Mitten Madness month. So all my patterns, all my mitten patterns I have now, this is the 5th, I think, are 35% off for the whole of October. No code needed. So this one here is Ruby. I have a tutorial for that, and the pattern is out as well. This one here is Snowy. I still have to do the tutorial, but the pattern is up with great step-by-step pics, so you could definitely do those. And here are the Hackla mittens as well. I have a tutorial for those, and the pattern, this pattern comes with a hat as well. And then there are my old faithful, the basic mitten pattern that I've made so many times, and I'm revising the pattern now. I'm going to do a video, but this one is available, but I will be revising it soon. And these are my old mittens. I call these Tinna's mittens. I've been making these for like 20 years or something, and they're so quick and beautiful, work up so nicely, just very simple. But then you can add your details, like what do you have, you embroidery or stuff, and you can make these in all kinds of weights, actually. And I'm making these now for everybody. Aren't they cool? For winter. Really love these. So I'm gonna make some videos for these as well, but the pattern is available too. So yeah, so the two videos I need to do is this one and the snowy mittens. And then hopefully by end of the month, I've also been making, I had a lot of this this leftover wool here. It's Icelandic wool. It's like bulky weight. I had a whole bag of it that I found. I'm renovating downstairs in the studio. So I got like a whole bag of it, and I really want to use it up because I've had it for years. And so I'm making all kinds of woolly loveliness like these here. These are my hookah slippers, and these will be coming up next after the Mitten Madness month, and we move into slippers. And then I'm thinking we are almost in, you know, we can start making Christmas decorations soon, can't we? Oh, such fun, such fun. But anyways, this is what's coming up. So nice to see you guys. I'm happy to be back with a little video for you, and I do hope you check out my scrappy pattern. This is so much fun, and it's 35% off until end of month. Brand new pattern and just general mitten madness. Oh, let's go. Okay, off we go. I'm going to show you how to make my scrappy mitten. I really like this one. So we start by working the ribbing, and we're going to work that back and forth like this, and then we join it into a circle, and then we start here working our way up. Then we skip a few stitches here for the thumb and leave those for later, and then we continue working up here, and then we do the decrease to close it off. I haven't quite closed this off because I'm going to use it later on in the video. But yeah, so we start by the ribbing, and I'm using for this my favorite mitten yarn. This is Pernilla from Filcolana. You can use any sports weight yarn that you like. I'm using this and a 3.5mm hook. You can use thicker yarn, and then just your mittens will be a bit larger, or you can use finer yarn and then they will be a bit smaller. But the pattern comes in 5 sizes, so it's very easy to go up and down in sizes according to which yarn you have, because you really don't need very much. You just need 2 skeins of yarn for this, so you probably have something in your stash that you can use. I'm using wool, obviously, because I live in Iceland, but that is optional. So I'm doing the ribbing in blue, and I started filming it, but you can really not see the blue so very well. So I am going to show you how to start here with the gray, even though I'm making mine in blue. So we start with the ribbing, and like I said, we work that back and forth. Trying to have the light here, sorry. Okay, we start by doing a little slip knot, and then we are going to start by chaining 15 stitches. I'm doing the medium size. Yes, I'm showing you the medium size here in this pattern. This is the one that fits me, so it fit like a smallish hand. I have a rather small hand. For maybe like a smallish woman hand, like for my sister and my mum, for example, I make them large. But you can just see what fits you. But this is the medium size here that I'm showing you. Okay, so to start the ribbing, we ribbing. So we start by chaining up 15 chains. Oops, I'm trying to have a little bit of light here because I'm filming at night, sorry. 15 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then we're just going to be working single crochets here for the whole of the ribbing, and we're going to be chained up 15, but we're only going to work 14 single crochets back. So we skip this first stitch here, and we go into the second stitch from the hook, insert our hook, get the yarn up, and then we have 2 loops up on your hook, and then you yarn over again and finish, and then you have 1 single crochet. Now we're already worked into this one. We go into the next one, and we work 1 single crochet into each and every stitch, and that is 14 here. Basically just the length that you chain up here is going to be the length of your ribbing, and then how many rows we do determines the width of it, you know. So we're chaining up this length. So you can make it longer, or you can make it shorter. It doesn't like, or you can just follow the pattern. But I'm doing 14 single crochets here for the ribbing, and you just work 1 single crochet into each and every stitch, like so. And 14. And then all the ribbing is just the same. We're always just going to, when we get to the end, oops, we're just going to chain 1, and that's just a turning chain. We're not going to work into that. chain 1, and then we turn, and then we're going to work into the back loop only of the stitches always, okay? So this is the turning chain here. Whoops, this one here, we're not going to go into this. And this is the front loop, the back loop, and we're going to go into back loop only, okay? And we yarn over, pull our yarn up, and yarn over, and finish. And so now always work into back loop only, and by doing this, single crochets always into the back loop and working forth and back like this in rows, this will give you the texture that we want for the ribbing, which is quite nice. It's very stretchy and it's nice. It gives a really nice texture, I think. I always use this technique for ribbings. It's just the basic one, I guess. And so you work here now 14 single crochets, back loops only. Just 1 single crochet into each and every stitch. And I was hoping that I got to the end without, because there's, I know. Yeah, there's a little bit of a yarn barf here. Here we go. Almost at the end. So back loop here. I think I have 1, 2, 3 left. 2 and okay, that's the 14th stitch. And again, always the same now. Then we just turn, chain 1, turn, and start over, skipping the first chain. This is just a turning chain, and we go into the back loop of the first stitch and work 1 single crochet. Okay, so you continue this same way, just 1 stitch into each and every stitch until you have 38 rows done. Okay, so you can see now here I have 1 and 2, and I'm gonna do then 36 more and in the right color, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I've done my 38 rows of the ribbing, and as you can see, it's very stretchy and nice. It should measure now about 19 centimeters or 20 when you stretch it a bit out. You see here? So like I'm stretching it a bit. If I lay it like this, then it's more like 17, but just stretching it lightly. But mainly the best way to see if it fits is just to put it around your arm and see if you can close it comfortably. Yeah, so this fits very nicely. So what we do next is we're gonna join this into a circle, like so, and just do slip stitches all the way down here. Okay, so I'm gonna start by going here to the first loop here at the top on the other side where we started. Here, you see? And I'm gonna pull the yarn through just 1 slip stitch like so. And now I'm gonna skip this first stitch here on this side, you see, because we already went through the stitch on the other side. I'm gonna go into the second one here and into the next one here. Let me see, it should be here. And we're gonna slip stitch. Oh, it's split. Got no verið. Let me see. This one here. And okay, and slip stitch. And then just always just into the front loop here of this stitch here. And then you can go through both, it doesn't really matter, but just into each and every stitch. 1 stitch on this side and 1 stitch on the other, and slip stitch right through. And this will leave just with a little braid here, which is quite similar to the other ribbings. Ribbit, ribbit. If you find yourself with a different, like if it doesn't match on the other end, on the other side, and you want to do, yes, take care not to do this too tightly. You see, I fixed the light. Ha ha ha. If it doesn't fit when we get to the other side, then we just go twice into 1 stitch or skip 1. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3 stitches left and 3 as well. I mean, it should obviously fit because we started with 14 and we have 14 now, but sometimes just either you miscount or something and then there's no harm done in going twice into one. Okay, and then we have the last one. That one goes into this last stitch here. And we do the last slip stitch, like so, and chain one, et voila. We have the ribbing all joined, like so. And I mean, it's a bit different here than the rest, but really, you can hardly notice. And at this point, again, you can try it out and see. This is quite nice and loose. Okay, so that's the ribbing all done. Okay, so now we're on to the body of the mitten. And we're going to work up here. And so we start here and do, this was color B. Well, I mean, B and A really in this pattern are the same, but according to the pattern, this is B, which we do the ribbing. And we continue with the same color. So we don't cut our yarn here after joining. We're going to continue with the same color here and do the first round. And now we're going to work into the side of the ribbing here. So there's no actual stitches that we work into. So we'll just have to find where we like to work into. And we're going to work like one stitch into each row, okay? So I do one here and then one into the sort of rib here, and then one in between and one in the rib, you know? So we're going to work 38 stitches all the way this, and I'm going to work around this tail here at the same time. So now we start, and we're just going to go right in here, get our yarn up and do one. I like to go like there is this hole here you can go into, but I kind of don't like working into those because they're so big. So I go here in the middle of the rib as rather. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I don't have to count them all. Just one into each end of row from the ribbing. And also you don't have to sweat it so much, the stitch count at the end of this round. If you have like one more, one less or something, we're going to do some increasing in round 3, so you can always fudge there. Doesn't really, but it's relatively easy to just do one in the rib and one in between, and then you get 38. Oh, shoot. Because we did 38 rows in the ribbing. Obviously in the other sizes where you have smaller or larger, then it's just the same amount of stitches here in the side of the ribbing as we did rows for the ribbing. Okay, I think I'm almost there, so I might as well just continue. Really kind of like this round. Closes up this side here, and this side looks quite nice. You don't have to do anything to this side, really. I've been making so many mittens. It's been going mitten crazy. I'm doing some fingerless mittens as well. Probably have shown you some of them in the intro. Okay, where are you? Okay, yeah, here we're at the last bit. This was the last in between. The last stitch goes sort of into the join here. Okay, and now just to get this, oh, that was a bit, let's put it here. Okay, and now just to get a perfect join here, I am going to cut the yarn. Usually I have another color as well, so that's why I would cut it, but I really want to have the perfect join here, so I'm going to cut the yarn here after this first round, and I'm going to pull the yarn up, and then I'm going to finish this with the invisible join. And so I'm going to put my hook here under the first stitch of the round. Not this here is the chain we did at the beginning, and this is the first single crochet. I'm going to put my needle under both loops like so and pull the yarn back, and we're making the last stitch here, with the invisible join. We make the last stitch, and then you put your hook like this into the back loop, under the back loop of the last stitch we made, and we pull it through, and voila. You see, we have just one more stitch here. It looks just like the other ones. So that was it for round 1. on to round 2. And now we're going to use color A. Okay, so I will just move a bit away. This was where the join was here. I'm just not going to start there. And we're going to start wherever here with putting the hook under the back loop here of any stitch, just a bit away from the join, either direction. And we're going to pull our new yarn up like so. And we're going to chain 1 and sorry, I'm just reading. Yeah. Okay, and so we're just going to work 1 single crochet into each loop, into each stitch here in this round, and I'm going to work over this tail here at the same time. So just always into the back loop here, this round 2, and that is just so that we leave a little bit of a decorative edge here at the end of the ribbing. You see, we're leaving this here, which does give a nice little extra, I think. You see, it's all about those neat finishing touches, you guys. The devil's in the detail. And I do love a good detail and neat finish. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, this round here is just 1 single crochet into each and every stitch. I'm going to go to the end of the round. Well, not quite end of the round, because just reminding you here that we have this tail, and we're going to take this opportunity and work over that as well. Then we don't have to weave in any of these beginning tails. And we just lay them here across your stitches and work around it, and that's quite enough. Okay, and we continue just 1 single crochet into the back loop of each and every stitch. And we now have 39 stitches always. That's the total stitch count here for this size. Okay, so now we finished the round, and we finish by doing, we worked into all the stitches really, but the first one, remember, we just did the chain, so we're going to work 1 single crochet into that same stitch, and then we're going to skip this chain, and we're going to join into the back loop of the first single crochet, the first proper stitch of the round, and we're going to join with color B in here now, just with a slip stitch. Whoop whoop. Just chain 1 here just to secure it. So that was round 2 all done, and from now on out we're always working 1 round B, color B and A, B and A. So B is always in the odd number rounds, and A is always in the even number. And now we are on to round 3, and that's color B again. You can also make this with lots of colors, like I mentioned, and I'm going to show you how we work overall the tails for that in a bit. Okay, so here we are, ready for round 3, and that is exactly like round 2 really. Just chain 1 here, and now we're going to work over a tail again, and we're going to work 1 single crochet into back loop only, and just 1 into, whoops, it did split here, and so just 1 single crochet into each stitch, and work a few stitches, the first few 5, 6, 7 stitches here around the tail like so, and then we're going to drop the tail and continue until the end of the round. Just 1 single crochet into the back loop of each stitch. On we go. Okay, I'm here at the end of the round, so I'm going to work 1 single crochet here. The last one goes yes, there's 1 here, and then the last one goes here into really the join, and I'm going to go like so, I'm going to work over my upcoming tail here. Just pop it up on your hook and do the last single crochet here. And we're going to skip the chain and join into the back loop of the first single crochet with the upcoming color. Slip stitch and chain one, and always tighten everything. Right. I want to tighten this just a bit more. Wait. So just pull it really nice, like so. Okay, that's round 3 all done. On to round 4, and this is where the mosaic pattern really starts, and this is a really simple one for this mitten here. It's basically just like the Apache tears. So what we're going to do is we again have color A here, and now we're going to do 3 single crochets, always into the back loop. All of the single crochets go into the back loops, and here we do now a increase. Okay, so we're going to do 3 single crochets, and we're going to do the double crochet, and we're going to do it here straight down from here into this stitch here, and that is the increase, because otherwise if we were not doing the increase, then the stitch would be made into this one here, and skipping this one. We're going to always work straight down with the double crochets like so, and then continuing and doing 3. So the double crochet is the increase. We're increasing 1 stitch with each double crochet. Okay, so 3 singles like so, and the double goes straight down here. So sorry. Okay, and this is the repeat for this round. 3 single crochets, and then 1 double straight down here, not into the next one, and we're going to be working into all the stitches from last round. Single crochets into those, plus the DC as the increase. Okay, and this is a repeat. We do this, what, 13 times? 1, 2, 3, and the increase. Okay, I'm going to get to the end of the round, but it's always the same. So you're working into all of the stitches, the blue stitches here from last round, and then you're adding the DC always here. And I'm not skipping any stitches behind the DC like you would normally do in mosaic crochet. I'm going to get to the end of the round. Only 6 stitches left here, so we have 2 more repeats. That's 3 singles. And we increase with the double going straight down here. And then when you get to this bit, we're going to do 1 here, 2. The third kind of lands on the join, as you can see. There, I want to go through both stitches here. Like, whoops. Like so, and I'm going to work around my tail here. I'm going to tuck at it nice. So the join is always, the most important part about the join is to always keep it really tight. That goes a long way to keeping it neat. Okay, that was the last one, and then I'm going to do 1 double crochet here straight down. Like so, and then we join into the first here of the 3 single crochets we did at the beginning of the round, and we're going to tuck here at our blue, and we're going to join it with a slip stitch like so, and chain 1. And there you go, that's round 4. Okay, on to round 5, and now this next round, this round 5 is really the round that we're just going to be repeating the whole way through. So we are going to do the same again, really. 3 single crochets all into the back loops, and the third one lands here on the DC, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet down. Okay, and we skip the stitch that is behind the double crochet like always in mosaic crochet, and we do 3 singles, 2, 3, the third one lands on the DC, and then we do 1 DC dropping down 1 round like always. And so the DC is always just 1 stitch further than the DC from the round before. right? So just essentially moving the DC one ahead, like so. Okay, and this is the repeat here, and it's 13 times. 3 single crochets and 1 double. Okay, I'm here at the end of the round. Just one more repeat to go. Just going to show you one more time the join. The join is essentially always moving 1 stitch forward here, and that way we can always do a double crochet over the join and hide it so it will be hardly visible at all. Like here, I don't even know where it is. Well, yeah, it's probably here. Is it like, but I mean, you can hardly notice it. So the last repeat 1, 2, and 3 single crochets. The last one lands in the double crochet, and then we're going to yarn over, and you see here we're going to cover up this join with this double crochet. So it's a very neat finish to always move the join 1 step ahead. And now we're going to skip the chain that is here, the small chain here, and we're going to join into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round. Using the new color, the upcoming color, always take care to tuck it in real nice so that the join is all tight and nice. And then we chain 1. And now we're always just going to be doing the same. So it's always the same repeat here for each and every round. So you're going to repeat this round 5 up until you have 19 rounds done. And that is basically, we're just going to go up here to this part here now. And then we're going to skip this here for the thumb. But now we're going to work just straight up, just repeating round 5 again and again. And it's always the same. Just 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3. And the last one lands in the double crochet, and then you go down and do your double crochet. And always take care to skip the stitch that is behind the double crochet, unless you're doing an increase like we were doing here, yeah? So just 1, 2, 3. And then we double down. Okay, so you repeat this round 5, just always alternating the colors. I've actually realized that it's been a while since I did the first one, and they are a bit different because I did an extra round here in blue. I'm just going to see where it takes me. It's kind of funny that they're not quite the same. But anyways, off I go with my show. This is round 5 here. I'm gonna do up to 19, and you do the same, just repeating round 5 again and again. And I'll catch up with you on round 19 to show you how to do the thumb hole. Okay, on we go. I told you to do total of 19 rounds. I'm sorry, I meant 18. We're going on 19 now. So if you did 19 already, then you have to unravel 1 like I did. But yeah, so that's just rounds 6 to 18 were all just a repeat. And as you can see, here we are now at round 19. If you want to count the rounds, then you start here. This is 2, the gray here, because there was 1 here blue, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay? And now we start with round 19, and that's where we're going to do the thumb hole. Okay, so we chain 1 here already, and now I am going to do 3 single crochets like before. Oops. Why is it split here? Okay. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet, and now we're going to skip the next 12 stitches. And it's really easy. We're just going to hop over them, okay? So we're going to go into the 13th stitch, okay? So we go quite a 12. 3, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we go into the 13th here, okay? So just count 12 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and we go into the 13th, into the back loop, just straight ahead, like so, and we work 1 single crochet there, like so, and now you can pop this out. Okay, so it's very simple. You just hop over these here. Okay, and now we did one here, and we're just starting a new repeat. 1, 2, 3, and the double. And then we continue the same way. And we do the same repeat here. Now, after the jump, it is what? 9 repeats. Okay. And it's just the same from here on out as well. We do the 3 singles and then 1 double, always. 3 single and 1 double. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue here. 1, 2, 3, and double down. 1, 2, 3, and double. Okay, 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and double. 3, and the last double here. Okay, and we join as before into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round with the upcoming color, always tugging at it nicely there before joining so that our join is neat. And we chain 1, okay? And now, as you can see, we have made the thumb hole, and these we're going to work into these stitches here when we work the thumb later on. It's good to maybe try it on at this point to see if it fits nicely. As you can see, it's really easy to make fingerless versions of this as well. You just continue a bit here. This feels fine and fits nicely. So now we are going to do round 20 is just the same as we've been doing before. Like, it's all the same, but now the repeat is less, so it will be quicker now. So we're gonna do always 10 repeats of the same repeat as always. Okay, so it's just 1, 2, and 3. The last one goes here into the double crochet, and then we go down here on the other side. We're going to skip these always, this thumb bit here, and we're just going to, these are our stitches here, just from the last round, okay? So we don't even think about the thumb. And so we find this stitch here, and we go down here and do our double crochet here. And then we do 1, 2, oops, 2, and 3, and down. And so it's 10 times always the repeat here for this round 20 and on, because now we're just going to work the same way, always the same repeat 10 times per round until we have, just repeat this round 20 for size medium. We're going to do a total of 37, okay? So round 20 to 37 is just the same, okay? Just this same repeat, just as I've been doing before, just less repeats here. Now we have 10 repeats per round, so it's gonna go a bit quicker. So now we're working up here, up to this part here, where we'll do the decrease. Okay, so go forth and conquer. I'll get back with you after round 37. Okay, so I finished up my 37th round here. We're counting from the bottom and up. And now it's time for the closing, for the decrease, to close them off, okay? So this here is row 38. And now we start by skipping this first stitch here. We're gonna do a little bit of a decrease here now. So we're gonna skip this one here. And we're gonna do 1 and 2 and 1 double crochet. This is the repeat here for round 38, okay? Once more, we skip the next stitch, work 2 single crochets and 1 double. Okay, so repeat that throughout the round and I'll catch up with you at the end of it. Okay, so I'm here at the end of the round. Just going to do the last repeat here. And so we skip the next stitch, we do 1 single crochet here, the second one lands on the DC, and then we do our double crochet down here. Okay, as before, we're going to skip the chain and join into the back loop of the first single crochet there this round, and we do so with the upcoming color, always tugging at it nicely at the join. Whoop, whoop, that's a slip stitch there and a chain. On we go to round 39, and there's actually no decrease in this round, so we're just going to do the same as before. So 1 and 2 single crochets. You don't have to skip one now because we already have. And then we go down, and actually I like to go into this one here. Really the stitch that we skipped, it doesn't really matter, but it just gives a bit of a nicer, like you should go into this one because it's the one down below this. But I just go into this one here. And then 2 singles, 1 double. Doing it this way just keeps the pattern alive for a bit longer, if you know what I mean. Like, oops. But we still have fewer stitches, which is our goal. This pattern actually comes with 2 finishes. The other one is a simple finish, just finishing it with all blue up here, or all gray, just in one color. This is the fancy finish that I'm showing you here, where the pattern goes all the way up to the top, which is nice, I think. So this is the whole round here, just 1 double crochet here, and then 2 singles. Okay. I'm here at the last repeat. So we're finishing round 39. And it's 1 double here. 2 singles, 1 and 2. The second one lands on the DC, and then 1 double down. And then we finish as before by joining into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round, tugging nicely and chain 1. On we go to round 40. And now we're gonna do again a little decrease, and we're gonna skip this first stitch here, and we're gonna go straight here and work 1 single crochet into the DC, and then 1 DC. Skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet, and 1 double. This is the repeat for the whole of the round here. Double, skip, single, double, skip, single, double, skip, ship ahoy, single, double, skip, single, double, skip. Always the same. It's 10 repeat still. Now we're almost at the end here. Skip 1, 1 single crochet, 1 double. And here we are at our last repeat. Skip this one, 1 single crochet in the double, and then double 1 here down. And then we are going to join as before into the back loop of the first single crochet of the round. Tuck nicely here and whoop whoop. There we go. That's round 40 all done. On to 41, and that's actually, I think it's 43 total, right? Or 44, we're almost there. Okay, 41. Now we're working with the blue. And we are going to do, this is not a decrease, we're just doing the same as before, but we don't have to skip now. Now we do 1 single crochet in the double, and then we do 1 double crochet here into this stitch that we skipped in the row before. And then we do 1 here, so it's 1 single crochet, 1 double. Single in the double, and the double goes into the skipped stitch 2 rows down. Oops. Okay, almost there. Very few stitches per round now because it's already closing up. And do take care to do these last rounds, especially when you're doing the decrease. You want to make them, have them extra tight and nice. Really. Okay, last repeat, oops. 1 double here, and then we do 1 single here into the double crochet, oops, to the split. Like so, and 1 double. Okay, and as before, we join into the back loop here of the first single crochet of the round with the upcoming color. And chain 1. That is round 41 all done, and as you can see, it's closing up. On we go, round 42. Now we're going to do decrease again, and we already chained 1, and now it's skip 1, DC 1. Okay, so we're going to skip the double crochet, and we're going to work a double crochet here into the skipped stitch. 1 double, and then skip 1. Okay, so you're going to skip this one and always work 1 double here. And we want to do this nice and tight, bringing it all together. Skipping all the DCs and then working 1 DC. Okay, almost at the end of the round. Here we go. 1 more here. And another one here. And we're done. And now we yeah, we're continuing only with yarn A now, so we can cut the beam. So from now on, we're not going to join here at the end of this round. Now it's just 43 and 44 left, and we're just going to continue and work in a spiral now, because we're just closing up. You see, there's just a tiny little bit here. We finished round 42, and now it's round 43, and we continue with color A. It's actually nice to take color B here and just put it inside so we can weave that in later, like so. Okay, and now we work. Whoop! Oops. unraveled there. Okay, so we finished this last double crochet of round 42, and now we're just going to continue in a spiral, which means, oops, what is happening? Jesus. Okay, and now we continue, and we're going to work one round here where we do one single crochet into both loops of each stitch of the round. Okay, so there's no joining here after 42, and we go straight into 43 and do now one single crochet into each double crochet from last round, and we do this round tightly, sort of bringing it together a bit like so. Just one into each and every stitch, and once you get to a double crochet that you've already worked into, that means that your round is done. This is the last one here, and then round 44, just to close it up, we're going to do one, we're going to skip one stitch and work one single crochet, no, one slip stitch. You see there's a very little hole here now, and just to close it up, we are going to skip one stitch, go into the next one, always onto both loops now, and work one slip stitch there. That is one, skip one, go into the next one, very tightly, skip one, go into the next one, skip one, go into the next one. It's almost closed now. And then usually to get that last stitch, I go in from this side here. You see? It's getting difficult to get around. Doing this too tightly. Oh, it's very late here. I'm sorry. I'm getting a bit tired. Okay, let's go here and just one slip stitch there, like so. And we got the yarn. It's always good to leave a bit of a tail here. I need to fix any and pull it once through, and voila. And we're all done. It's quite a nice finish. I do like it. It's like a swirly little something. Okay, I'm just gonna pull my yarn here through so that you can see what it looks like. There is a tiny little hole here at the top, which we will then just sew up from the other side. But this is what the top looks like. It's quite neat and just all around lovely. Only the thumb to go. Beep, beep. Rightio, on we go with the thumb. Just the thumb left. And as you can see, the last round here that we did of where we're going to be working into our thumb stitches here is gray. So we are going to use blue now for the first round of the thumb. And I always like to leave a bit of a tail here, because it's nice to have the tail here ready to sew a bit here at the end if needed. So I like to take my tail, quite a bit long tail here, and I usually put it through like this so that it doesn't get in my way, because you don't want to work over the tail here. So we're going to start in the first stitch that we skipped for the thumb. Okay, so that's this one here. Remember, when we skipped for the thumb, we did this one and then we hopped. So this is the first skip stitch, and we're going to just pull our yarn up here and make one chain, and then we start the repeat. And the repeat here is 3 single crochets and 1 double crochet like always, and the first one goes into the same stitch as we joined into. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then yarn over and do 1 double crochet. Okay, that's 1 repeat. Oops. Whoopa. 1, 2, 3, and 1 double. Okay, and one more time we do 1, 2, and 3. Oops, that's split. Sorry. go 3, and then 1 double crochet goes down here. And now we are going to add 3 stitches over the join between the thumb and the body of the mitten, okay? 3 single crochet stitches. Okay, and we do that by working 1 here, for example, 1, and 2 and 3. I'm going to put that one here into this stitch here behind the double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And now we are going to join as before. I'm going to cut my there, and we're going to join as before into the back loop of the first. You skip the chain here of the first single crochet stitch. And then we get our new color. Kind of want to put that one in here as well. No, we can work over this tail actually, yeah. Okay, just have a small tail and we're going to work over it. So we join here like before, 1 chain, and then we do the same repeat as before. And now we're going to work over our tail and just keep a short tail here because we just have to work over it just a bit. 1, always the same repeat. 1, this is round 2 for the thumb. 1, 2, 3, and 1 double. And then again 1, 2, 3. I'm going to work over the tail here. 1, 2. Oops. It is a bit fiddly to go into these stitches here, but it's all worth it. And 3, and I'm going to drop this tail and just tuck it back in here, so I won't get in my way. And then I do another double crochet here. Oops, like so. Okay, and now we do 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we're going to do 1 double crochet here. And then we turn. And now we work into the 3 extra stitches that we did. They are here. 1, 2, and 3. Can't really see this very well here, sorry. There we go, 3. And now we're going to add 1 double crochet here. And it's going to go, you see, this is the double crochet that we did before the skip of the thumb. We're going to do it here, the double crochet now. Okay, now we've added 1 extra stitch here. So now we have full, what is it, 4 repeats? Yeah. Okay, and then we just join again as before. And now we're just going to work the thumb as we've worked the whole of the mitten, joining here in the first single crochet, everything tight, 1 chain, and now we just did smooth sailing, 1, 2, 3, and 1 double crochet. Okay, so we work like this. How many rounds? Until we have 10 rounds done. Okay, so the first one was the blue one here. 1, 2, we're on 3 now. Okay, so I'm gonna finish these 10 rounds. It's always just the same. It's just the same as before now. Everything simple. Really, it's just a smaller circle that we're making here, but it's just 4 repeats of the pattern again and again. And I'm gonna finish until I have 10 rounds, and then I get back to you. Okay, so I finished, actually it was 11 rounds, not 10. Again, this was happening. So I did 11 rounds up here, all just the same, always the same repeats. And after this round, we can cut yarn B, because we're gonna use A to finish it off. Okay, and just to get this one here out of the way, just bundle it up and put inside the thumb. Okay, and so now it's just 2 rounds to close up the thumb. First, we are going to do 1 slight decrease. So we're going to skip 1 stitch and we're going to work 2 single crochets and 1 double. Okay. Skip this one, 2 singles, 1 double. Skip this one and then 2 singles, 1 double. Skip 1, 2 singles, and 1 double. Okay, and now we just continue in a spiral for the next round, so we're not going to join here at the end of the row, and we're going to close it up. We're only going to work into the DCs from last rounds. Okay, so we're just going to go straight into here, skip the 2 stitches and do 1 slip stitch into the DC, and we're going to work into both loops here. Okay, so we do not join at the end of the second to last row here round. We skip those 2 and we're just going to work into the DCs. Okay, we're going to do 1 slip stitch into this DC and 1 into this one, 1 here, and the last one is here. Going to it backwards like so, and then we just cut the yarn, leave a bit of a tail if you need to sew it. Use it to sew up any extra hole here, and then we just pull the yarn through. Whoopah! Hey! And we have finished. So the join here is just done very quickly, like so. And we have our mitten all done. Isn't it nice? Just have to weave in the ends, and that's all done. Actually, it is terribly late here now, so I'm not going to weave in the ends with you. This is my 3rd mitten pattern video, so you can check the other ones out if you want to see how I weave the ends in. But these here are, I do think it's nice to show you, since I accidentally switched the colors here. So this one here is worked with gray as color A, and this one is worked with blue as color A. And so this is the difference then. This one, I kind of like this one the better when you use the main color, sort of the darker color for color A. But I mean, this one is nice as well. It's just a matter of preference, really. And then just before we go, I just want to show you these here that I'm making in all kinds of different colors. And I just want to show you, I was going to show you here a couple of rounds, but I honestly cannot keep my eyes open anymore. But it's just that I switch colors here in every round, so I always just work over my tail, both at the beginning and the end of the round, as you can see here. So we just work over all the tails, so you don't have to, you can do these in multicolored like these here, and you just work over your ends at the beginning and the end of the row, and then you just cut all the ends away, so you don't really have to weave anything in there. But these are really nice, and really the original Scrappy version is these multicolored ones, but they are a bit fiddly, especially the thumb here, I must admit. But it's very much fun to do, and I'm really excited to finish these. But there you have it, the Scrappy Mittens, all ready and done. Just gonna finish up these ones, pop a few pictures, photos of it tomorrow, and then the pattern is out. Well, it'll be out once you see this. So there you go, Scrappy Mittens with the fancy finish all the way to the top. I hope you had fun, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some of your Scrappy Mittens. Hopefully pop up in my feed soon. So toodaloo. Okay, it's very late. Ciao. Until next time. Okay, so I was beat last night and couldn't possibly continue. I'm going to try and do just a quick video here on the sofa, since I'm finishing up the multicolored scrappies, and see all this Jameson wool I have. I'm just doing this, trying to keep it like a random look here. I think we're going to go next in with this one. Oops, sorry. Bit difficult filming here on the sofa, but I'm going to give it a go. Okay, I'm going to show you how to change color each round, so you get this fun scrappy look. Okay, so first of all, when I'm making them in this scrappy fun version, then I think it's really nice to work them in tandem, I think you say. So I'm doing the both of them at the same time, and that way you don't forget what color you're using and what have you. And it is kind of fun. I mean, you could obviously go the other way and make them different. I can't believe that I made these the same, but I thought it was kind of fun to have them so random, but then exactly the same, you know? So that's the first thing. And then next up, I'm going to show you here now. It's just a matter of working over your tails at the beginning and end of the round. And so I'm finishing up with the blue here. So I'm just going to cut the yarn, just leave a little bit of a tail. And I'm going to go in with this one here. And concerning the color placement, I just try to keep it, you know, it's almost no repeats of colors. I think there are maybe 4 or 5 colors that are repeats. So much of this gorgeous Jameson wool, so I really like these for mittens. It's so light. But anyway, so what I try to do is always try to really keep it quite random, and that the colors that are closest together go together. But you see, like, you know, not doing too much blues at one time, and, you know, just trying to keep it balanced. You know, I put the yellow here, I put the yellow here, and then this one light here, the brown, the red. These, like, they're you know, just try to do it in a harmony. And I really like the thumb, you see. These are for me. I'm not giving them away. So anyways, that's the thought on the color. But now I'm going to show you how we do this. And let's hope my little technique here of filming on the sofa works, because that would make my life so much easier. Okay, so when we're here at the end of the round, this is just a normal round here. We're just doing the same repeat as always. Now I'm going to join here into the first back loop of the first single crochet of the round. I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail, not too much. And I'm going to join with the new color and do 1 chain. And then I'm going to work over this tail that I just introduced. Okay. And I'm going to do 3 single crochets. Last one lands on the double. And then I'm going to yarn over and double down 1. And so we can't work that one around the tail, but that's okay. Sorry. Okay, and then I do 2 repeats where I work over my tail, my new tail, okay? And that's 6 single crochets, so that's quite good. And now I just drop this tail, and then I work the same, oops, drop it like this, and then I just work normally without working over the tail for the rest of the round. Okay, like so. Okay, and I'm just gonna go do the remaining of the round here, just the same, and then I'll show you at the end how I work over the tail there as well. Okay, so I finished the round here, and when I have 2 repeats left, then we're going to take the tail from the last round, and I'm going to tuck it quite nicely, and I'm going to lay it here on top of my upcoming stitches. And, well, actually I'm going to start by doing the double crochet here, finish the last repeat there, oops, and then I just start working around the tail here at the end as well. So this way, oops, oh no, I'm skipping a stitch here. 1, 2, 3, and as you can see, I'm always working around the tail as well, and this is quite enough to do this with your tails, to work over them like this, at least in this yarn, which is quite fluffy, and like, so it really just is quite enough to do this for finishing. And now I just tuck at it here and work my last double crochet here, and then I cut the yarn and I go over to my other mitten because I'm working them. I'm not sure how you pronounce this. I've only read this word, in tandem. So like in tandem. In tandem. I mean, like, when in doubt, I usually always go for like Spanish accent, which is not very accurate, obviously. Okay, so just to show you again, we join with the new color into the first loop as always, chain 1, and now we work over our tail, the new one, for the first 6 stitches here, for the first 2 repeats, and then when we get to the end of the round, then we take this one here and we work over it for the last 2 repeats of the round. So it is a bit thicker, the fabric, obviously, around the join, but it's quite thick anyway. So I'm just going to show you here on the inside. And so when you then in the end finish up here, and you don't have to weave in the ends at all, you just tug at them. Just take care to tug always really nicely at everything before cutting it, so that the join is neat. And you just tug at them, and I would leave like a little bit of a tail, just cut them and leave a tiny bit of tail, just like, you know, 1 millimeter or something, and that will disappear into the mitten. And so even though we have all these ends, and I have to finish this and be outside taking photos within the hour because I'm gonna lose daylight, I'm not even stressed because I worked over all of them, so just have to snip them away. Oh my god, it's gonna be very satisfying. So anyways, I'm off to finishing these, watching my show. I think this I mean, it is moving a bit around the camera, I understand, because it is fastened in my bra. But I think this is quite nice to do the video like this. I'm going to try and do a little video with the sofa cam next up, and see if that is okay by you, because it really would be so much easier for me to be able to film while I'm working here on the sofa, which is my working area. Anyways, I'm off to finish these. Can't wait to see some scrappy mittens in the making, preferably with many colors. Coats of many colors. Okay, so toodaloo.